Michelle, good to see you. First one in. You get the number one pretty easily. I default on that one. Today we are going to work on the Sportwerks reaction. I got the last part that I needed in. We're going to have some fun, get this thing together. If everything goes according to plan, we're going to try to fire this thing up today. One thing, I did go over this thing pretty good. It's still in pieces, but reverse don't work. We're not going to be able to get reverse to work on this. And it's pretty bad, actually. Let me show you something. I took the gearbox part. Dwayne, what's up, brother? Good to see you. I took the gearbox side off. If you look right here, let's see if I can get a shot of it. Right here. This is the reverse gearbox. It has a little electric motor right hidden there, right there. Runs through a couple of gears down the side. Goes to a jack shaft that goes into the transmission. Well, one of the gears has got busted teeth. A couple of teeth are missing. And I'm not able to find them. I found this kind of funny. Let me show you. What I have here is the factory manual. And I mean, it outlines every part. Here we go. Right there. Let's see. I love looking at stuff backwards. Let's look at it backwards. Right here. That is the reverse gearbox. If you'll see, everything here has part numbers on it. There is no part number for this. In the back of the manual, Fly, what's going on, brother? Speaking of Fly, there's one in here. How did that get in? Either way. If you look in the back of the manual, it'll give you a list, basically, of every part for this thing, plus the price. Pretty sweet. Nothing listed for that reverse stuff. So, this thing, I gotta basically wait for someone to part one out to get that reverse to work. And I'm not waiting that long. I'm not gonna do it. I don't think it's a necessary part. So, we're gonna go today. Last time we worked on this on a live, we worked on getting this engine unseized, and she's good to go. So there's no reason to hold up this whole project because I'm going to be waiting 5-6 years to get this freaking gear. So reverse is not going to work. After buying this thing, I don't know if it was a good buy. The price was right. You don't find them. They're very unique. But man, if you don't buy this thing right, this thing's a nightmare. If you get it and it doesn't come with the radio, it's crap. If a servo breaks, have you called support to see if they have it in the warehouse? This is from like 2007. I highly doubt that Sportwerks, even overseas, even knows that these things still exist. Plus, I'd probably have to call overseas. Horizon brought these in. Is there a number? Let's see. Yeah, it tells me to call Horizon Hobby from 2007. So I'm going to guess that they're not going to have anything for this. Not a bad idea, Dwayne. Maybe worth a shot. Maybe I will. Call after the live. Hey, man, I got a Sportwerks reaction. One, do you want to buy it back? And two, do you have any parts for it? Come on. There. You never know. Yeah, you never know is right. Maybe I will. That's a good idea. I never thought of that, but I'm not going to get my hopes up. So back to what I was saying. If you buy one of these things, it's got 5-wire servos. You ain't going to find those. Servo's bad, you're screwed. If the starter motor is bad, this guy right here, you ain't getting one. Forget about it. Hybrids is broken. That's what he's waiting on. Mine, fortunately, works. But the cool part about this truck is, like, let's say you break a control arm. eBay, dirt cheap. Bulkheads, shock parts. Basically, all of your hard parts are dirt cheap. I ended up having to get a bearing because when we took this apart, took the bell off, the bell only had one bearing. The inner bearing was gone. Somebody took it apart and I guess lost it. I was able to get this whole kit. You cannot buy just a bearing. You have to buy the bell, 2 bearings, and the C-clip all as one thing. Sucks, I know. Price gouging. You know, they're going to get you because all you need is a stupid bearing. It was $7. I don't care. $7, send me everything, you know? $7 shipped. Probably cost them $5 to ship the thing. But if this had an electric motor in it, honestly, I would consider this thing toy grade. Nitro Pimp gave it a pretty good score. He said it was a fun little truck to drive. So, like I said, I don't think it's worth me holding up this project for God knows how long to wait for somebody to probably part one of these out and maybe I can get one, because I want to play with it now. So let's set this camera up. Let's get a good view on it. Let's get some work done. Let's see. Tighten that up. All right, cool. So what's everybody else got going on today? Weather was really wicked yesterday, but today's beautiful. But it's supposed to rain tomorrow, so I don't know if I'll be going to the track tomorrow. This thing has a cheap Monkey Metal flywheel, and it has a, just some steel two-shoe clutch. Nothing fancy at all anywhere on this thing. So let's open her up. Let's get this bearing that I need. I think I might, nope, I got the C-clip. We won't need that. There's our C-clip. So basically I'm just going to steal a bearing out of this whole bag. Kind of regret ripping the top off now. Alright, so basically this was all parts we won't need. I'll put the tag in the box. Yeah, so what's everybody else got going on? Anybody else going to run anything today? I'm going to go out race and do something. I'm all out of 20% nitro. All I got is 30 left, so some of this stuff, not going to be able, the stuff I wanted to play with, I'm not going to be able to. Michelle, working? Yeah, I'm done with that for the week. Heck with that. Come on, get in there. The hell? Bearing. It's going to be tight. How did they lose it if it's this tight? Or were they not able to get it in? All right, what are we going to use? What are we going to use? We'll use this. This will work. Done this before. Why is that so tight? All right, I'm gonna have to find the right tool for the job. This will do it. I gotta get a hammer for down here. I don't have much of my tools down here. There we go. Everything's a hammer when you need it to be. Maybe some videos today. Nice. All right. So there we go. Got the bearings pressed in, which I don't understand why it would have to be that tight, but got it. Okay. Feels like I like the gap there. I'm not really going to mess with shimming that. That looks pretty good. Let's put the C-clip on and see about the outward play. Yeah, I worked enough this week. I ain't working no more. Okay. No bolt, no nothing into the crankshaft. All it is a C-clip that holds all this together. I think I'm going to put a shim behind that. I don't like that. All right, where's our Traxxas shims? Those will work. I'm telling you, these 1985 part number Traxxas shims, I use these constantly. If you're going to have a nice little workshop, it's probably a couple packs of those will do you good. Okay, let's get that clip back on. that the right clip? Or did I just find another one? Or did it just loosen up? Now we're going to have to pinch that clip tighter. What kind of video are you going to put together, Fly? What are we working with? We'll do some bashing, or are you going to do something else? There we go. Yeah, we're going to do some slash racing today. I don't know if I'm going to run any nitro today. And then there's a track. The track's got an electric race. We're going to go run that Typhon that we worked on last week. I'm going to try to get out there, but it looks like 70% chance of rain. So I'm basically on standby until they say, hey man, we're running. That's perfect. Look at that. Not rubbing the flywheel at all. Almost no outer play. Perfect. And it's not tight. All right, cool. Put that to the side. Now, working on this thing is a total pain. It's got literally 5 pounds of shit in a, 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. So I think first thing I'm gonna do, we're gonna get those motor mounts back on, because there's grounds on top of the motor mounts. So the mounts have to go on first. Then once we put the engine in, I can't put the motor mount, I can't put the bolts through the engine into the mounts until you put the grounds on. There's gonna be one for the starter motor, and there's gonna be also one for the reverse motor. I'm going to hook it up as it was, because who knows? Maybe someday I'll find those gears. You never know. Things happen. So we're going to pull these bolts out here. It's got Phillips, which we love our Phillips. All right, cool. So these are probably the easiest motor mounts you've ever seen. It's literally just a aluminum block. Actually, these are steel. Yeah, those are steel. I'm gonna put some Loctite in those. No bashing, maybe some video on a still. Yeah, I'm gonna try to get out maybe tomorrow. Like I said, if it rains, I'm kind of done, but we'll see what happens. If not, we're going racing. We're gonna see if that TLR Typhon will hold up. I don't know if you're going to be able to see what I got going on here, but I got to be able to see what I got going on here. There we go. Just get them started. All right, there's one. Yeah, this one so far I'm not too stoked about. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, because parts are cheap, so you can have fun with it, but a lot of the proprietary stuff, like the radio, the servos, the starter motor, the reverse stuff, like a lot of this stuff, if you don't have one of them, you don't have any of them. Let me explain. The radio is the starter, so you can easily put a pull start back on this, but that's kind of whack, because that's probably like one of the few cool things about this, is that it has the electric start on the radio. It also, the radio, it's not just a receiver. When you open up that radio box, it's just a giant circuit board. The radio works off that circuit board. So if you said, oh, I want to change the radio out, you can't. The servos are 5-wire. Good luck finding a 5-wire. So this thing is literally one real good crash away from total, because, like, let's say you can't find a 5-wire servo. You're going to need to swap out to a 3-wire, which means you can't use that receiver, which means you can't use that radio, which means you can't use the starter. So it's all one or nothing. It's, I don't know what, I don't even know, like, if that was the case, if that was to happen, I don't even know if I would fix this thing. Like, because you figure unless you can parts bin that off of stuff you got laying around, you got to replace 2 servos, a receiver, a radio, You're never going to get the electric start to work again. You can get the reverse maybe. I mean, you can probably figure it out, but you're kind of stuck. Basic electrics 101. Thought you was a journeyman. No, man. This thing, if you don't buy it right, you're totally done for. Yeah, I don't know what I would do with this thing, honestly. Like, I thought about it. I was like, well, what if we take the reverse stuff out? What if we take the electric start off? I get myself a one-way bearing and a pull starter. I replace the servos. Put my radio on it. What am I left with? I'm left with an all-plastic, cheaper XXXNT or RT10. The only thing metal on this thing is like the links, the shafts for the shocks, the little bit of monkey metal you have for the brake, and a couple things, and a little steel plate. You know what I mean? Like, this thing is all plastic, every bit of it. We're talking about the Tamiya as being like one step above toy grade. If this had an electric motor in it, I would say this is toy grade. But there we go. We got the motor mounts in. We can start placing the engine in and start getting the mounts down. There's a bracket we're going to need here. That goes across the back. There's another one that goes across the front. So we can get this thing in its home. Let's go. All right, let's take that screw out. Gonna give me problems. Come on. There we go. Just want that brake to be loose because I got to sneak the bell inside of it. There we go. I'll have to reset the linkages. That's got to go there. That's got to go there. That's got to get plugged in here. It said this thing's got 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound bag. It's going to fight you everywhere you go. There we go. Okay, so that's plugged in. That goes around there. Those go around here. Okay. We gotta get them out of the way for now. Ah, crap. I need the ground for that motor up top. These must have been fun to do in a factory. I'll tell you what. There we go. Okay, we have what we need. Okay, that stuff can get put in before the top plate. Yeah, we're good. That looks okay-ish. We'll go okay-ish. All right, then this plate here has to go Where did that go? Like that. All right, cool. 1, 2. That's why I had that wheel off. All right. So on this side here, it's just a little bracket. You see that big chrome bracket? Basically ties the motor and the engine, the motor mount, and the back section together. And it's in probably the worst place you can probably put it. Let's see if I can get this wheel off real quick. There, no problem. Let's see here. Got a nitro hydroplane to convert to electric. Maybe today we'll start working on it. A hydroplane. Cool, man. OG, what's going on, man? Thought I said hi to you before if I didn't. Oh, come on now. Yeah, parts for this thing are incredibly cheap if they have them. If you don't have them, you're kind of screwed. I don't know what to tell you. All right, let's see if we can get these motor mounts started. There we go. All right, we're gonna need a ball-headed, let's see, where are we at? There we go. Looks like a 2.5. I got a Notorious, a Typhon, and 2 Savages to fix. Then I can start on my big crawler. Yeah, you've been rough on stuff lately, my guy. Okay, that one started, no problem. Let's check this one out. All right, that one's no problem. Now, where's that screw go? Right there. So we're gonna need that one. Gotta love a Phillips. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. It's gonna be a real pain in the ass. What a spot they put this in. My God. No, that's not where it goes. Okay. It goes in this one. Okay, that's not so bad. Stuff hanging out around it now. There we go. All right, get these 2 back screws done. Start working on the front. Then we're gonna test, well, no, I probably gotta put like $12 worth of freaking batteries in this thing to even test it. All right, there's that mount. There's that one. Okay, cool. This one goes to the first hole. All right, yeah, the two grounds, you have two motors. You have two separate motors for this. One works on the reverse side. The other is for the starter. Both of them ground right here on the mounting ears. If I can find the holes. We're going to loosen these back ones back up. There it goes. It's one wire. See what's going on. I have a notorious... do you have a wheelie bar on your TLR? Which one? The Typhon? The Typhon? No, I do not. The only thing I have a wheelie bar on is a Savage. It's the only one I use. I like the bumpers. We'll drag that first. There we go. Now we'll just go around, tighten all four now that we have everything in. Come on. There's that. Okay. All right, that should be... One bonus is we do not have to mess with gear mesh because there's only one spot for it to possibly go. So that's cool. All right, got that part on. I still got to do the linkages. We can do that in a minute. All right, let's get some of this wiring sorted out. Then we got to get to that exhaust. All right, this here comes around the back because that goes into the head. And then this here follows it. That's going to go through here. So there's a secondary bracket support that goes here. This is what we're going to need. How did that go? How did that go? All right, let's consult the manual. How did that go? Certainly it sucks when you take something apart a couple of weeks and then sit and not touch it. Kind of forget where things go. Thing needs more pictures. All of these little brackets, I think, were like a secondary thought because they don't show them in any of the manuals. All right, let's check that out. Where could that possibly go? just like that. Okay. One is a locator, and two has screw holes, one is a locator. That's how that works. All right, so let's get that back on. I'll show you what it looks like when I get it together. Where's everyone at today? Quiet day. JWRC, what's going on? Nitropimp, what's up, brother? Getting this thing fixed today. We hopefully have it fired up. We're going to see if that rating system of yours is any good. We're going to see if this thing works. So far, be happy you didn't have to work on it. That's all I'm saying. This thing sucks. This is kind of a project I just want to get over with. Okay. You just sitting there for now. Okay, that's that. Oh, Lord, everything just falls apart. There we go. Where were we, top or bottom? Looks like we were on the top. Zero stars? Damn. Okay. I don't think it's going to be that bad. All right, we're going to have to reset that servo when I put the $30 in batteries in. So we're just going to leave that loose. And just give her a little motivation to stay where she belongs. And there's that. All right, let's get that exhaust on. Surprisingly, this is probably the first time I've ever pulled one of these exhausts off, these side exits, and the gasket wasn't wrecked. So, that's cool. No stars, huh? See, we're screwing up here, dude. We should have gave it like a 5-star rating out of 5, so that way we can unload these things and sell them to somebody else. What does it say? I'm gonna unload the new one to you. I don't want it. I may just send this to you. All right, let's get that one. The one side started. Let's get this other one started. Run them in. Only reason I bought mine is because it was new and cheap. I thought you said you paid $250 for it. I wouldn't say that's cheap. Well, I guess for these, you don't see them. It is kind of a cool conversation piece, but I don't know about if it's going to be cool for anything else. Like I said, my intentions are, like, I didn't really give this a thorough cleaning. I gave it a cleaning. Take it, we're going to run it. We're going to see how it is. See if it sucks. If it don't suck, we'll figure it out from there. If it does, I'm probably going to take it, break it down, thoroughly clean it, And then take some zip ties and strap it back into that original box. We're going to hang on to it for a while. Let's see what's up. Who knows? These might even come up in value. Maybe somebody will want it. Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Yes, sir. Okay. I have zero faith that that exhaust is going to stay tight, but none of the side exit ones ever do. That's always one of the bigger problems with it. Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, there's the exhaust. We'll throw a couple of clips on there. Not yet. That's got to go up to the top. All right, cool. So engine is in. We got our braces are back on. The exhaust is 80%. We got to put some zip ties on that and straighten it out. This upper deck has to get put back in. So here's all them screws. All these Phillips screws got to go back in. Actually, I forgot a screw. Forgot that one down on the bottom. This guy. We gotta pull that exhaust back off. Right here. It's one that holds the starter motor in. Well, one of them. Come on. Compagnucci Day. Hey, did you see on Nitro Pimp on eBay right now? There is, what was that? That weird nitro that you found that nobody kind of knew what it was. The name. I forget the name of it. Anyway, there's another one. There's a buggy on eBay right now. It's got a couple of days left, but it's cheap. I mean, like dirt cheap. Like no one's hitting on that thing. Okay, there's that. There's that. Did I take any out of the bottom? No, we're straight on the bottom. So just the top deck's got to go on. The cross brace has to go in. The fuel tank has to go on as well. I hope this thing just fires up today and no headaches. No headaches. Robotronics. Yes, there's another one on eBay right now. It's just a buggy. It's not great looking. Body's there, but it's rough. But engine, pipe, it seems like it's all there. And I mean, it's going for like 35 bucks currently. That could change, but we'll see. Okay, so bam, bam, those go there. I got that one on that side, right? No, I didn't. Okay. There's that one. One, two, three. There's the screwdriver. I need the thinner one. That was cool, Rynks. Gotta skate. Later. All right, Fly, have a good one, man. Get that video out. Let's do something. All right. There's the plate. The plate is good. Just have this guy. Make sure there's nothing else I want to put together before this goes on, because this would probably be like the last piece. It's probably a good idea if I do that first, because that one screw likes to go underneath that part where the servo is. Probably kind of difficult to get with that in place. I'm going to move it. Then that goes. I need a screw for that. $35,000 screws for this thing. Swear to God. There we go. You stay there. There we go. There we go. A lot of the stuff on this truck seems like it's second day ideas. I bet they had problems with the back end being sturdy, because you got a brace here that I don't think they meant to have to use. You have another one here that's kind of, how you doing? You know, it doesn't really look like it belongs. And then you have this bar here. I guess this was probably meant to be there, but boy, they really didn't leave much room for anything else. This goes right through everything. Okay, there's that one. There's that one too over here. Yeah, this thing's one good wreck, I think, from destroyed. All right, this went across here. Out the back. So let's get that routed right. I went through there. And that just had a zip tie holding it to that bar. And then these had a zip tie holding it to there. So we'll have to get two small zip ties. And this has to go somehow. We'll figure it out. All right, let's get that fuel tank in. I'll put it in. Seems like it's ambidextrous. You can run it any way. Okay. We're going to point this. It's going to go this way because your outlet is on the bottom. We're going to face that towards the back of the truck. It's got to go that way. Not really sure how they had it routed, but that's okay. Randy, what's going on, brother? Ever, I was that same guy I inadvertently bought from under. What's that? Whoa, hold on. Where did we go here? Ever scored the manic belt. Oh, sick. Nice. Freaking awesome. Yeah, baby. Just wait until you drive it. It's amazing. I didn't mean to call you, baby. I was excited. Higher velocity. You're getting out of hand again. Ever, it was that same guy inadvertently bought it from under him. Nice. How's the pimping going today, Andy? There you go. I wonder what he's going to pull out after. Hey, I got a new chassis. Nice. So what, the same guy you got the car from had the belt? The seats in my race car, I got that kind of a deal like that. The guy sold the seats. They're just a Kirky road race seat that was discontinued. They were like a $500 or $600 seat. Nothing fancy, just a beer can seat. But they the covers were like mad expensive. Like real freaking expensive. And I bought the seats. I figured, yeah, I'll get the covers later. You know, no big deal. Man, tell you what, those covers were not cheap. I'm waiting. Same guy puts a post up. He found the covers later. I ended up buying the covers off him for... Basically, I bought the covers. I got the seats for free. Good deal. All right, let's figure out how this went. I think this went across the top with those wires, didn't it? There we go. It went like that. No, it's going to. It's okay. What's your problem? Is that hose the problem? No. That wire, I don't believe, is supposed to be in there. It's supposed to be under the outside. Bitch! Okay, well, that sucks. Okay. Hold on. Gotta go back. The wiring is not routed correctly. 10 pounds of shit, 5-pound bag bit me again. So let's just do this quick. Probably gonna have to separate that housing. No big deal. We can do this quick. Oh. Yeah, that wiring ain't supposed to be in like that. Why didn't I catch that? I'm telling you, when they built these in the factory, I bet you there were a lot of employees pissed off about this thing. I never intentionally screw anybody. The guy, seller screwed shipped me the belt today. Okay. No, I am all about the fair deal. I like giving people a fair deal, but if you put something up and I pay asking price, You didn't know what you were doing? I'm sorry. Nothing I can do for you. Like, I got like $1,400 worth of seats in that car. I think I paid like $600. I had a buddy of mine pick them up for me because he lived close to where this guy was located. And he was gonna, yo, should I beat him up on that price a little bit? And I said, absolutely not. That guy beat himself up enough, you know? Nothing wrong with a good deal, but you gotta eat too. Almost done. Like, why won't that tank fit? That's where it goes. I do not like how this thing comes apart. Feels like a one-time deal. You know what I'm saying? Looks confusion. Yeah, man, this thing, this poor truck don't know what it wants to be. Come on out. There we go. I wonder how many of these they actually made. I wonder if the reason you don't see them is because they're just all dead from abuse, or if they didn't make many of them. Or, you know, maybe they didn't sell many of them. I don't think it's a bad truck. I'm not being Debbie Downer on this truck at all. Not yet. I want to try it. I'll see how it works. But, like, who sat at the boardroom table and said, all right, here's our next car we're going to make. It's going to be a stadium truck. And then some guy probably said, yeah, that's been done before. What about it? What's so special about it? Well, we're going to give it electric start. Okay, well, they do that. We're going to do it a different way. All right, that's pretty cool. We're going to give it reverse. Nobody has reverse in one, because nobody needs it. But someone gave them the green light to build this thing, so. There we go. That's how it's supposed to be. Just like that. We're going to use 5-wire outdated servos. We're going to use an ABN engine. Oh, bro, Walmart sells everything now. If Walmart sold a nitro, it would be the reaction. Probably. Yeah, probably. Okay. So that can sit back on there. This can go on again. Dummy, that's why you had it off. Oh, Lord. Yeah, this thing is, it doesn't know what it wants to be. I don't know what to do with this. But we're going to be fair about it. And we're going to give it a good review. See what it does. I'll call it Super High Velocity by Forever RC. There you go. Andy, how many of these do you think are actually out there, though? Because I know of 3. It's just, I don't know of anybody else that... Anybody else that's made a video on one of these at all? Oh, that goes to that. Okay. Can't be too many of these. Ugh. We're gonna have problems all day with this thing. This thing's worse to work on than a Revo. I think you got a lot of shit in a Revo if you build one of these. Okay, that's that, that's that. All right. 4 screws in there, 1 in the back. We're back together. Okay, let's get this servo figured out. That came apart. There's that. There's the fuel tank. We got that back. That's the wrong screw. Okay, rear brace is back on. Let's get this routed down. It's got to go to the bottom of the tank. Tank goes to the back of the car. And it should fit now. There we go. Okay, fuel tank is in. Bam, there we go. Okay, gotta put the source line on. Okay, let's give it a once over and see if we missed anything. Okay, that servo saver's got to come back off. I have to center that servo. I got to put $37 in batteries into this freaking radio. We'll get that done. And I got the battery. I got a charge on it. It's showing 7.3 or 7.2. So it should work. Let's put the tire back on. One good thing I found, if you're looking to get a set of old school tires, these are made by Proline. There is no like Duratrax logos, none of that shit on them. They actually have Proline logos. That's a Proline, what's that called? The Edge fronts, and these are Proline Gladiator rears. You could get a set of these front runners for like $8 on eBay right now. So they do take the bearings. They are the old school style, but they'll fit Bandits. They'll fit probably old school XXX NTs, RC10s that run the pins in the front, or the spindle style fronts. It'll probably fit that. I mean, we're gonna get a set of Proline tires and a set of wheels for like $8. It's not often. Okay. Mesh feels like shit, but there's nothing you can do about that. There is no adjustment whatsoever in this thing. So it is what it is. It's going to have to work its way in. That fuel line is definitely got to be zip tied, because if not, it's definitely going to hit that gearing. That's going to be a problem. And this wire's got to get zip tied up. That's okay. All right, let's get that radio. Let's get about $37 in batteries. Look at this thing. I got a friggin' Grand Canyon of batteries I got to put in this thing. We'll get that servo set. Do a electronics check. We'll see if this is going to fire up. Unfortunately, I only have 30%, so it's not going to be a long one. It's an ABN engine. I don't want to be using that stuff in there. Okay, it's got diagrams, thank God. Okay. I'll just dump them all out because I think I'm going to need them all anyway. Up. 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 And it flipped out. Oh, this is going to be a pain in the ass, isn't it? All right, let's start over. Up. Up, okay. And those two should be both down. Okay. I was going through YouTube this morning, just chilling, relaxing, and watching some videos, and I just let it play, man. I just let it roll, you know? And has anybody heard from Michael Graham lately? One of his videos came up, and I was like, man, I ain't heard from him in a long time. It's probably been a month or longer. Hope everything's good. Okay. Power. We are green. Let's plug that. We're not going to mount it in the box, but we're going to mount it. On button. On. Oh man, we got ourselves a tweaker. What is going on? I don't know if that battery's any good. All right, let's turn that off. Let's get a different battery. That'll work. There we go. Something ain't right. Let's check it out. What's wrong with you? Let's see here. Aerial's all the way up. I'm almost hitting the ceiling, brother. Oh, this is swell. This thing ain't doing shit. Let's see, does this match? Sure does. Crystal number 6, no problem. She's a tweaker, man. Look at this thing. Like, it didn't even tweak into, like, anything I'm doing. Like, it's just not doing nothing. Oh, man. See, that's the problem. It's not a receiver. It's a whole, like, it's this whole piece. It's a whole circuit board. Yeah, I don't even think it'd be that bad if it was, what's it called? Like, if it was at least responding to what I'm doing, but it ain't doing nothing. There we go. I'm going to cross the streams. Whole lot of nothing. Come on now. What a bucket of shit. Okay, so what should we do? What should we do? Yep. Pull the arrow up. Did that. If you get the batteries wrong, the door won't close. Yeah, the door's closed. Condoms haven't. Yeah, use them once, they're destroyed. That's easy. Maybe unplug everything from the receiver and blow into it. That's the thing. That receiver is just it's a big circuit board. Well, I tried. I'll be listening from the road for a bit. Yeah, man, you can listen to the aggravation that I've caused here. Okay, so in order for me to get to that, I have to pull that plate up. Like, the whole plate has to come up. All right. So what should I do? What should we do here? Pull the plate up, see what's going on in there, see if we can figure out something easy, or screw this thing. I don't know. I'm at the point now. What up, people at work watching? What's going on, Aspects? So what do you think? Should just tear it down a little bit, try it again, pull that top plate off. We'll take a look at that circuit board and check it out, or say screw this thing. I don't know. I'm willing to go either way. I don't know. This thing just, it's been fun. I'll tell you. Let's put it that way. It's been fun. And in order to fix that glitching problem, to switch out that radio, I'd have to basically buy 2 servos, a receiver for it. The electric start won't work. It's basically shit. Let's play with a buggy. I got to get a receiver, then we can play with a buggy. I got one ready to go. I do have that new one, though. It's still sitting in the back there. I got to get a... we could work on that. I mean, kind of wanted to get this thing running. Oh, what do I want to do? Well, I think we're going to pull it apart. Let's pull it apart and look inside there. If it looks like a nightmare, then we'll just put it back together. We'll call it a day. think it's a good thing sometimes. You got to show the fails with the wins. I can't win them all, but we're going to try. Come on, off there, off there. It's actually not that bad to get that back off. I don't know what I'm procrastinating for. Let's just do it. It's from 2007, and it was probably iffy in 2007. So, I mean, it's not a big surprise. It's just, I'm stuck with this piece of crap forever. And we'll have to do something with it. To figure out where I got that pull starter from for my other one. Yeah, let's see it. All right, let's take a look at it. Luckily, you got yours new in the box, so you didn't have to go through this, so you didn't see that mess they got for electronics on this thing. All right, that's got to come off. Pull this bad boy off. Put that away. That's got to come off. Okay, start the front. Yeah, that thing was freaking out, man. That's why AM radios suck. Something was not happy. It just started wigging out. Things you never buy. Yeah, condoms are for sailors. Port to port, they need them. Okay. Okay. Well, I broke it. I'm done. I've had it. We're going to do something else with this thing. I got a better idea. We're going to simplify this thing. That's what I'm going to do. I do not want to use it like this. This thing is just shit. Oof. That ain't good. Well, don't care now. That circuit board's covered in shit. Like it was hot. Something burned up. That sucks. Yeah, you can see there's some goo inside there. It's kind of hard to see on here. Keep on topic. Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right, well, let's see what we can do. Well, I think I got a plan. All right. Well, we're gonna have to come back to this. We're gonna modernize this. We're gonna make the Sportwerks better. I wonder if I can figure out how I can get. How can I get? I wonder how I can get that electric motor to work with a newer style receiver. Just put a receiver plug on it. But I don't know if it'll handle the load. That's the problem. Okay. Yeah, we're kind of burned on this one. This one, we're shot. High velocity. Yeah, it's a motherboard. This is not the receiver. The receiver is built into everything. It uses 5-wire servos. It basically just everything is done off of this. This is everything. That's why I said you can't change the radio. You can't change the servos unless you can find a 5-wire that'll work with it. Everything works off of this. Well, that just blows. All in one. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing for hybrid. If anybody talks to him, if he wants a starter motor, I got one now. I'll have to figure out what pull starter I used for my other one and buy another. Oh well, it looks cool. Give it that. So far, my reaction to the reaction is this thing sucks. So, come on, get in there. What a bummer. Can it, what? Higher velocity, I don't even know what that means, man. So, let's see. What can we do? We have plenty of room to put new electronics in this. This is not a problem. We're going to put it back together. And we're going to put it to the side, and we're going to come up with a plan. I wonder if it tells you how many tooth. I'm not going to count that. Let's see here. Do I have... I do. Hang on. There we go. Let's see here. That's not it. Let's see if the manual says. I wonder how many tooth servo these are. Watch them use like a weird tread servo. Starter shaft, backplate gasket, carburetor. Dog bones. Steering servo horn, doesn't say. Well, tell me in here, that'd be cool. 7058's the number. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do with this now. Let's say on here. Made in China. That's all we got. We have to figure out basically what pitch thread the servos are. I mean, I could probably make it work without it. Just a simple rack. Figure out what pitch the servos are and try to find some cheap servos for it. I could put a receiver in for my Spectrum. That's no problem. We're gonna simplify it. We're gonna take the electric motor out of this for the starter. I'm gonna get a pull starter for it. We're gonna remove all the electric stuff for the reverse and just get rid of it. It looks like the jack shaft will just hang out. That's no problem. We can leave that alone. We're gonna make this. Let's try to make the most we can out of this. I already own it, so it's not really an issue of that. I think it'd be kind of fun just to simplify it. Maybe make it what it could have been or what they should have done with it. It's missing a screw up here. I didn't remove that. This is a total bummer. Let's see. Rynks. Can it game? Usually you turn that motherboard into a gaming emulator. I think it was done that way so it can track your every move. Yeah, man, this is a mole for the government. They're keeping an eye on me. Oh man. Okay, well, let's get this thing back together. And who wants to check out the new buggy I picked up? We can go to that. Nitro Pimp brought it up earlier. Why not? I got a new buggy, and I need to find out if it has a one-way bearing. For sure. But I got a cool one. I think OG's really gonna... OG, I know, likes this buggy. Maybe he can come back and give us a little bit of a history on these ones. This is a cool one. It's Wi-Fi capable, too. Man, this thing's probably... No way it's got Wi-Fi on this thing. This thing is barely... This is back VHS days. This thing probably couldn't... No, there ain't no way this thing's tracking nobody. Well, one good thing. It's easy to take apart and put back together. We've done it 1,000 times now, so we'll take it. So I got a Sportwerks that Sport doesn't work. Sport doesn't work. It's upside down. So yeah, Nitro Pimp, if you're on here, if you talk to Dimitri, if he wants that starter motor to get his going, let me know. You know he don't like me. I'll still give it to him. If he can get another Nitro running, it's fine with me. If I'm not going to use it. So we got to figure out what size servo this is going to take. Done, done, done. What a piece of shit day. What a piece of shit day. I'm going to go out and have some fun tonight. We're going to go out and run the slash. That poor thing's going to get its ass kicked just for the aggravation that this thing has caused. Luckily, the battery case is big enough. If that battery is no good, I could change the ends and probably run something different. That's a bonus. Excuse me. Sportwerks, it doesn't work. Yep, Sport doesn't work. All right. Just get this grab bar tightened down. Put the screw back in that servo. Unless I can find, I want to try this. I'm going to go through my servos real quick. See if I can find one that'll work with that servo saver. If I have one, I can figure out what the tooth count is. Because it didn't feel like that Traxxas one was going to do it. All right. Let's see what we got. Servos. It's always good, even if servos, if you have them, if they're burned out, I hang on to them because then I can figure out the, like I said, we got to figure out what's going to fit this. That'll fit. Well, that's good. Didn't do nothing stupid like that. So this is a old JR Racing servo. So I got to figure out what that one is. I can count that one later. All right, cool. Last two in there, and then we'll check out the new buggy, I guess. Well, thanks everybody for hanging out, getting to see this frickin' mess. Oh well, I'm gonna have a good day anyway. Could be worse. My little toy car don't work. Shit happens. All right, so we gotta count the teeth on that JR. Got ourselves an extra clutch bell for it. All right, cool. There it is. The Sportwerks doesn't work. That's what we're going to call this project. Sportwerks doesn't work. All right, get the body on there. Put the clips on it. And we're going to come back to this another day. We're not done with this. I'm not going to give up on it. We're going to get this thing to work. We're going to make the Sportwerks reaction that they should have made. Just make it nice and simple. Maybe we'll put a... See what we can do with the suspension. Maybe I can put a more modern setup on it so we can put actual stadium truck wheels on it. That'll be decent at the track, and maybe we'll take it to the track and run it. See what happens. I mean, what else can we do? I already own it. I'm not going to try and sell it now. So we're going to update this thing. We're going to make a 2025 Sportwerks reaction. We're going to see what we can do with it. Because let's be fair with it. That is a pretty cool looking truck. The body looks cool, man. It's definitely one off. Not many people have them. For good reason. We found out why. It's junk. But I think we can make it pretty cool. Like I said, the parts for this thing, like control arms, bulkheads, shock towers, are absolutely insanely cheap. Randy, just rolling around Portland hunting for bed bugs in government buildings. Oh, man, bed bugs are horrible. Oh, Rughead, what's going on, brother? Good to see you stop by. Yeah, bed bugs are horrible. We have when the drivers lay over, our truck drivers, they stay in hotels. We keep them in nice hotels because you want to lose a good driver, send them to a hotel with bed bugs. That's why when I did over the road, I stayed in my truck. I wasn't staying in no hotels, man. No way. I drag bed bugs home, the old lady's going to kill me. They are a bitch to get rid of. Yeah, don't bring them home, Randy. Jesus. Fumigate the entire house. Wash every stitch of clothing. Every bed sheet. No way. Thanks, Pimp. So, yep, this thing is the reaction my reaction to the reaction is I want to set this thing on fire. Or I have a half stick of dynamite out in the shed and we can blow it up. But I think what I'm going to do is we're going to make a more modern version of this. Maybe, you know, the engine's not bad. We'll keep the engine in it. Maybe I'll put something else in it. We'll see. I got some other stuff laying around. But let's simplify it. Let's get this electronics up out of here. I'll figure out what thread pitch the servos are. Let's put some servos in this pimp. Let's put some servos in it. Maybe, like I said, Nitro Pimp, if you talk to Dimitri, ask him if he wants the starter motor out of this. I'll donate it. If that's all he needs to make his work, I'll donate it. He can have it. And we're going to take all that junk out of this. We're just going to make a cool little stadium truck out of it. Because this thing's screwed. I bought it because she was pretty. Doesn't mean it has to run, I guess. My bad. So, all right. Who wants to check out the new buggy? We'll do that, and then we'll wrap this up. I want to see if there's a one-way bearing in this thing. All right, what are we going to do with this for now? Put it right there. All right. Let's get you on the tripod. Let's check out the new one. Look at this guy. This thing is sweet. I made a short about this earlier in the week. But here you have a Thunder Tiger EB4 S2. Pretty cool little thing. Oh, it's anything but new. It's not in the shape that I thought it was going to be in, Pimp. I'm a little disappointed. Got a little crack here on the body. This body is really thin. Wouldn't take too much to destroy that. All the white is like a tan. It's been sitting a long time. This has bushings. I ordered bearings. I'm going to fix that. But other than that, let's take a look under the top. This thing doesn't look too bad. All right, let's get this thing going. There we go. All right. Let's get the lid off. Yeah, this body is super duper thin. Kind of be afraid to use this at a track because, I mean, a couple of good hits, this thing's done. And I'm not going to start looking for a new one, that's for sure. Here we go. It's got the Thunder Tiger 21, the 21R Pro in there. That's because the bushings are just worn out. But like I said, I ordered new ones. Got two high-tech HS 311 servos. I'm not sure if they work. I haven't tested anything on this. Batteries are out. It's no problem. Got the radio over there for it. It's got a aftermarket cooling head on it. That is a MSJ cooling head. Came with another top, so if you wanted to change the top outs, this is all billet. You can change the top out to red. I won't, Rughead. These are all reoccurring monthly inspections. Never any issues. Oh, cool, man. Yeah, those things suck. Yeah, you can see those bushings are just foobar. Yeah, they are done. So, I got a bearing set coming for this. The engine is loose, but we are missing the, what's it called? The full starter is broken. They didn't say that. Kind of seen it in the pictures, but they didn't say a freaking word about that. Let's see if we can get this thing out. Let's see if I can get it out this way. So that way I don't have to mess with the mesh. We can just put it right back in. Oh, there's one. There we go. These ball ends are so nice, but you just got to be so careful because they will strip. So, what I was saying, why OG would probably dig this one, he used to have these back in the day when they were new. He actually sent me pictures of his because it came with the stock cooling head, and he was telling me it was wrong, and I don't know any better. So I wanted to do my homework, and apparently, because the one that it has is the one it shows with the manual this thing came with, no problem. The difference is his didn't have it because he bought the Pro. This is not a Pro. It's missing the set screw for the pipe. That's real nice. Carburetor was frozen. I worked on that. I know I shouldn't have been touching it, but Yeah, you know, like a kid, can't leave anything alone. Still in there. There we go. Oh, this has the motor mount style I don't like. Lovely. There we go. Overall, this thing is very clean for how old it is. Let's see, what does Dwayne have to say? Didn't even take his piss. What? What happened? Whoa. I won't, Rughead. These are all reoccurring monthly inspections. Never an issue. But one of the absolute worst bedbug jobs I've ever had to do was the nasty sleeper cab of some dude's truck. Yeah, man. Don't even take his piss. Oh, scumbag. That's all that is. I'd rather live with cockroaches or mass infestations of spiders than bed bugs. Took me a few years to get rid of them. Yeah, man, they're horrible. Every now and then a driver will drag some back, and then we got to defumigate the cab, and I'm sure his wife is really loving him at that point. In a sleeper cab? Dang, yeah. Absolute worst. See, that's the thing. Like, bed bugs, yeah, I get it how that can happen. I totally get it. You know what I mean? That just sucks. But with that being said, like sometimes, like he said, the driver not taking piss jugs out. Dude, I did over the road for a long time. I was out almost a year straight, and I have never used a piss jug. That is inhumane, man. It's called Learn How to Park. You can find somewhere to go. Never had that problem. All right, let's take a look inside here. I want to see if there's a one-way bearing, because if there is, we're in good shape. I can take measurements of this, and I can get a starter pretty easily. Kind of sucks. I'd like to get a starter and probably have to. I'd love to use this cover because it has the original Thunder Tiger logo on it. But I mean, I'm not gonna go crazy to do it. I rigged up a heater and cooked it overnight in my warehouse. My boss said never again. What's that? Yeah, it was the absolute worst. Yeah. Yeah, this one I don't think was used very hard. The bottom's very nice. And actually in the description it says that it was in a glass case for years. So it was probably in a glass case. It was probably somewhere near sun. But it seemed to have faded evenly, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But yeah, I got no pull start. And it's got a very thin, we got a one-way. We're okay. This has that style. Okay. I even got the guts. Yeah, there's no spring though. Go figure. Yeah, this has that style. Should be able to pull that out. Yeah, it'll come out. Yeah, this engine's gummy. But it turns over fairly easily. I don't think it'll be a problem getting it fired up. It's just got to be ran and... Let's pop that. What do you think? Should we pop that back plate, take a look? Pop the back plate, take a look, see what she looks like inside? What do you think? Might as well. We're already this far in. Let's do it. Let's get this up out of the way. Get the buggy out of the way. Let's make ourselves a spot. Let's get a good place to look at this. Oh, that Sportwerks sucks. Oh, God. All right, I got to measure that, so we'll keep that off to the side. All right, that has the other two screws in it, so we'll just put those in there for now. Let's get this off here. All right, let's get a good view. All right, cool. Let's see what Dwayne's got here to say. It's called exit on ramp. Stop, take a piss, get back on the road. It's considered hazardous material when you pee into a jug. Military base I worked at made us put hazmat suits on. Oh, I don't know if it's that bad, but it smells like shit. Let's see. It's called an exit on. Yep, that's right. Okay, I'm out, y'all. Gotta go do some lunch somewhere. Yeah, man, get something good to eat. I got something good to eat today. I got a chicken wing stromboli, man. That shit was good. I hit the spot. All right, let's get this off. Take a look at what we got going. It's just an O-ring on these. Look at that. It's in good shape. It's got a good amount of pinch left in it. All right, there's our starting shaft. You can see this thing. That thing is all SH. S-H-I-T. Yeah. Yeah, it's just an SH. It's got that basic friggin' one-way built into the back plate. That's good. That's good to know. Should be able to find a pull starter for this, no problem. Let's open this back plate up and see what it looks like in there. What is that? Just funk? Or is it stripped? Yeah, just shit. We're good. Yeah, I have a few of these SH engines. They're not too bad. The 18's okay. Not a powerhouse by any means. All right. Gonna come off easy or no? Absolutely not. Okay. Nothing's gonna go easy today. Good to know. Good to know. There it goes. Huh, okay, maybe it will. Hey, what do we got here? One way feels okay. Feel it grabbing. Okay, cool. Doesn't look too bad inside. Let's take a look. Kind of gross, but not terrible. Look at that rod. That's a big freaking rod. That's a hell of a rod in that thing. Yeah. The bearings do not look seized. They just look gummy. All right, so this shouldn't be a problem. This does not have the push pin style, so I should be able to just hit some brake clean in there and start breaking this up. All right. Not a ton of pinch left. I'll have to fire it up and see what that'll do. There's another problem. That's what she said. There we go. All right. Put the back plate back on. I'm okay with that. So these ones have that little cutouts cut out into the one-way bearing to ride in that on the crankshaft. Actually, I'm going to clean this real quick too while we're in there. Telling you, this non-chlorinated brake clean I found cuts through this stuff great. It's a nice way to do it. Do nitro guys ever use mineral spirits? I have some out in the garage, yeah. You never seen my trick with the Traxxas bearings, apparently, then, Rughead. I used, I can make a Traxxas cheap shit steel wheel bearing spin just as good as a ceramic, and I do it using the mineral spirits. Yeah, see? Clean that right up. Look, don't stick it all now. No problem. All right, so whenever you put these back plates back in, always set it either at 12 or 6 o'clock, and do the same with your one-way bearing. Makes it a lot easier when you go to put it back together. Just like that, it'll click. Come on now. I heard you click. Now you won't go back in? What's your problem? All right. All right, what's the issue here? What is the issue here? You heard it click into the one way, then the back plate don't want to go in. There it goes. Hung up on the O-ring. Now we're good. Look at that gasket, though. It's just got an O-ring. That's different. Yeah, if you take the Traxxas bearings, you de-shield them, soak them in mineral spirits, take them, you can either, 1, trim the shields down, 2, don't even put the shields back on, or 3, just put the shields back on and complete. If you do off-road, you're out there in the dirt, just put them back on. Don't do nothing to them. If you're going to run on carpet, you can either leave them off or trim them. Either way, it's fine. It doesn't matter. But, yeah, I can get those things to spin just as good. All right, get that back plate back on. One-way spins nice. Yeah, I don't know about pinch on this thing. Yeah, I'd say that thing is tired. Well, I'm going to have to put this on the repinch list for sure. At least it's a 21. Should be easy to do. Get done quick. Yeah, I was cleaning my bearings in acetone. I leave the shields off on the inside of the hubs and only use the shields on the exposed sides. Yeah, you can do that too. Make sure there's no cracks in the one-way. Yeah, the one-way looks good. What kind of oil do I use? My preferred oil? I have some kind of oil I bought here at the track. I don't remember what it was. I use a AMSOIL gun oil. Works great. It's a nice thin oil. It's not going to cake up everything. We're just going to set these back in here. Yeah, this engine's going to need a little love. We're going to have to go get this thing repinched because there's no way I should be able to turn that over that easy. There's no way. Especially because it has a... it still has the glow plug in it. It should not be... I have a TT27. Wait, I want to stick with a 21. Would that be cool? All right, we'll put this back on for the time being. Okay. Oh, that's one thing. Gotta figure that out now. Today is not my day. That's all. That's okay. Okay. Yeah. That thing ain't got nothing. Look at it. Okay. All right, well, let's see here. Hang out for a few more minutes. We'll zoom out. You don't got to look at me that close. Jeez. Oh, there we go. All right. Well, that's that. That's how my day is going to go. I hope it's going to perfect bad example of a good day. So we have a Thunder Tiger engine. It's going to need a repinch. She's pretty, though. Okay, cool. That's nice. We have a Sportwerks that doesn't work. The Sport doesn't want to work. The EB4 is going to need a lot more attention. What else we got? That's pretty much it. My day sucks. But hey, it's just toy cars. We're going to have fun. I call them toy cars. I don't care. So, what's everybody else got going on? You got a 21 you pulled out of my Menace, too. Yeah, I don't know. I just have this repinched. I don't know what we're going to do with it yet. Figure it out. I am going to put them screws in there, though. I hate losing screws, so let's put those in there as well. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do now. What a bummer. It could be worse. Anybody else looking at buying anything new? Because I got to get something new. I'm tired. We're playing with the old stuff too much. I want to get something new. Something new that came out. I'm digging those low-C NASCARs. I might pick up one of those. Still kind of want a Mad Van. I was on that track I'm going to tomorrow. They have they're a Kyosho dealer. If they have one there for a good price, I might buy it. All right. Got them put away. All right, I'm just going to set this in the buggy. Well, that's that. We'll worry about this later. That's okay. More of a project we got. Grab the Habeo Nitro Truggy. Grom? I have a Grom. I have the Mojave. I should play with that thing more. I should bring that out. What a bummer. Wish that engine was good. Oh well, I'll fix it. We will fix it. Come back to it. All right, we gotta measure that out. I'll keep that out to the side. This is garbage. Keep it over there. Losi is a Grom extended chassis. I don't know. I kind of always like that Mad Van. You know, that van body's pretty sweet. I want to reset this. Oh, I can't. It is the way it is. 2-0 ball, 2-5, 2-5, 2-0. But yeah, we're going to go to the track tomorrow as long as they don't cancel. So that's where I'll be. We're not going to be live tomorrow. Mad Van on 8 and on 8S. Nah, man, I ain't looking to build nothing crazy. I thought it was pretty cool on 3S. 8S, geez Louise. Looking at modding NASCAR into a stretched Typhon. I was thinking about I want to get a 6S Mojave, but I got to save up for that. All right, everybody. I'm going to go and try to do something fun. We'll try to salvage this day. I've had a shit one, but I've had a fun one. It's been fun hanging out with everybody. Thank everybody for coming on out. Yeah, I'm kind of boned on this one. Today was just complete bullshit. That Primal RC Porsche really liked 8S. Yeah, I don't know. That's not one I'd buy. I don't know. It's cool looking, but I don't know. The bigger on-road stuff I don't really use. Like I have the that Felony. That Felony's got more dust and rubber on it than anything. I don't use it. I'd sell it probably before I do anything to it. Oh man. I'm looking at a modding a NASCAR into a stretch Typhon. Then what would you use for a body? Just I got it cheap? No. I never said I wouldn't take one for cheap. No, it's cool. It's a cool looking car. It's just like, I don't know. I love RC cars. I love doing stuff with RC cars, but I got a price limit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not cheap, but like if I was to buy one of those Primal, the monster trucks, the Raminators, they're dope. I seen them. They're cool. It's just if I'm going to pay that kind of money, before I'd have 2 Raminators, I'd have a Yamaha Banshee. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I got a price cap. Yeah, I know you were saying you're getting that off them. I liked the video. I watched it. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool to put it on 8S. But, yeah. That reaction got me bummed out. I'm going to have to go out and run something. It sucks, though. I only have 30%. I don't like running any of my older stuff, like my my Nitro Sports or anything like that on that 30%. It beats the shit out of those 15s, and I wanted to run one of those today. Harold was running his Bandit. Not his Bandit, his Rustler. And it looked fun as hell. I was like, I'm going to take out my Nitro Sport today. I'm like, all I got is that 30%. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. I probably will. Probably will now. But, all right, we're about an hour and 59 minutes in. I'm going to hang out for another minute. We're going to wrap it up. I'm going to go find something to do. What do you think? What should we run? I mean, I got a good amount of cars here. What should I run? I should take that. I should take out the Savage 21 with the LRP 32 and start getting that thing tuned in. Nitro Pimp. Yeah, you got lots of that Traxxas fuel. You keep that shit. I don't know. I've never had a problem with it, but I mean, if I'm buying it at retail, I don't like it. I'm kind of getting away from that Basher blend too. I don't know, man. The 14% oil content, something about it. It's good for braking, but man, like some stuff just don't like it. I was running that in that LRP 32, and like you couldn't catch a tune with that thing. Like it was just all over the place. Like it would be running awesome, rape date, not smoking too bad, everything was good. And then next thing you know, it won't idle, smoking. I don't know. There's a question for you. With that LRP 32, it's a new 32, so it's got the newer carb on it. It seems like my temps were good. I was about 220 degrees. I was not going any higher than that. I wasn't letting it ring out. Like, I mean, I was in my backyard. I don't have a ton of room, so I mean, I wasn't letting it ring out. It seemed like the carb was like vapor locking, and I have no idea why. Like, you go and you try to, you know, do the blow and go to get some fuel in it, and it was like the fuel would go up to the carb nipple, and then it would want to force itself back out to the tank. It didn't. I don't know. There's no way I was running that engine too hot. There's no way. I don't know what to do. It seemed weird. Just weird. A weird thought. But all right, I'm closing up shop. I'm gonna throw some batteries, I guess, in that Savage. I'm gonna go run that. But all right, I'll catch you all next week, unless the race gets canceled. Maybe we'll do something tomorrow. Run similar vintage car. Oh, I got to read it over here. Run similar vintage car and then your most modern and compare 30 years of progress. Yeah, that's the problem, though. I don't like running 30% in my old stuff. That Sportwerks got me all thinking now. Yeah, check this out, because this is the same engine. Don't buy these either. I don't recommend these either. All right. This here, this is that Red Cat Lightning that basically sheds screws like they're allergic to it. But if you look inside, see that head? That is the same engine that comes in that Sportwerks. And I got a pull starter on that bad boy. Yeah, this is just labeled a Team Infinity, but everything on it is the same. I'm pretty sure I got this pull starter off of Amazon. I think it's just a universal. Pretty sure. Yeah, I'll have to look and see where I bought that. Brakes were on. Okay. All right, everybody. I'm going to call it a day. I'm going to probably go break some other stuff. So that way we have some stuff to do. But I'll catch you next time. Thanks, everybody, for hanging out. Peace.